Hello everybody, I'm Joey and I have 3 really cute cards to show you today made with Stampin' Up's bundle Ice Cream Swirl. I hope I'll provide some inspiration for you today and some ideas, even if you don't have this bundle, for some card making, just overall ideas and inspiration. So when you jump on, make sure you say hi if you're watching on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoy the video, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. If you're watching on Facebook and you'd like to follow me, make sure you click the thumbs up and follow me button so that you don't miss anything on Facebook. Okay, I hope I'm in the right place. I'm going to check on my iPad. I've got it below. I know I have to get really close to the camera. It looks like, yes, it looks like I'm on the right page there. And then I'm going to my laptop here because that's where I see your comments. So I'd love for you to comment when you come on. Say hello. Let me get this going here. It takes a few minutes to get all the technology pulled up. I hope you're having a good day. We're having a cold day. We are back in the throes of winter. We actually had a winter storm advisory the other 2 days ago. I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska, and we went back to winter. We had a few warm days, and then we went back to winter. But welcome. I'm glad you're here with me today, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn the camera down. I have to click a little arrow here, and then you'll be right side. I'll be upside down, but you'll be right side up when I turn down my phone. Now, sometimes it takes a moment to get it adjusted because there's a delay on Facebook. So let me move things around here. Looks like I'm way off. I had to move my camera for a straight video that I did a day or 2 ago. So then my adjustments kind of get messed up. And I see that maybe I need to turn off that particular light so it doesn't glare. And then hopefully it'll be all good. All right, so the Ice Cream Swirl bundle is in the new mini catalog. I keep saying new mini catalog. It feels like it just came out. It's what they feature on the cover right here. Hi, Kathy. This is the stamp set and the dies on the cover there. And then, should have looked this up ahead of time. Let me find it for you back here. That is the name of it, is Ice Cream Swirl. And it is on, if you have the mini catalog, it's on page, where are we here? 37. If you don't have a catalog and you'd like to have one, I'm happy to send one to you if you don't have a demonstrator. This is it. It's on page 37. And there's some cute samples here. Like here, this sample, they actually made, I think, a little box. And I didn't, oh yeah, a treat holder, you can see it up there. That's something I might try to do for my newsletter subscribers this week. I've been thinking about how to do that, and I just haven't gotten it done yet. Hi, Kathy. It's so good to see you, too. Now, let's see, I'm kind of crooked here. Let me take a turn for my camera. Yeah, I usually go the wrong way first, and then I have to come back. And I want to get my host code in so you can see it. So if you're interested in ordering, you can get this class for free to each of the cards I'm showing today. Well, that light. I don't know, kids. We might have to just do with the dark light because it's a cloudy day here. I'm in front of a window and usually it's not quite this cloudy. And oh, goodness gracious, we're still crooked. Let's go this way. Is that any better? Yeah, there, we're getting there. Oh, okay, now you see the light. Let me move that back. All right, kids, this is what we're making today. When you put in an order this week through Sunday using the host code, if it's $40 or more, you'll get 2 each of the cards I'm showing you today. If it's $50 or more, you'll also get embellishment, a pack of new embellishments, and for any order $40 or over, you also get the PDF tutorial. So this is just a sample of what it looks like, but it has, you know, each of the projects, all the directions and the measurements, and then all the products that I used underneath it, so you don't have to guess about, well, what did she use for that if I want to recreate it. So that's that. So let's go ahead and get started. Here is a close-up of the stamp set, and the dies, I always just store my dies if I can, if they'll fit on one of these magnetic cards. Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell these, but I buy them from another company, and they fit right in my my stamp case. But this is one thing I want to show you. We'll do some die cutting with this, but this is the cone die, and so it's meant and has that score line, so it cuts two at the same time, so you could have a card that opens like that. I'm not actually doing that today, but that gives you an idea of what could be done. And again, I always send a free tutorial every week to my newsletter subscribers, so if you're interested in that, I'll go ahead and click that in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, all my links will be in the, I'm trying to find that link, click here, click that, so here we go. If you're watching on YouTube, all my links will be in the video description below. So here I'm going to click in my newsletter link so you can do that. All right, so let's see what we have here. I prepped these cards the other day, so I don't remember what I prepped and what I need to do with you, which is kind of typical. We're going to stamp on that. We need a piece of crumb cake, and this is already embellished, so that's good. And here's our card base, and here's our DSP. And here's our other stuff. Getting all my bits out here. So we're ready for this. All right, first thing first, let's stamp. We've got a little stamping to do. We're going to stamp the cone in Lemon Lolly ink on Lemon Lolly cardstock. And it might not be very visible from the camera. Hi, Alice. Thank you for sharing. Welcome from Alice from Indiana. So happy you're here, and thanks for sharing as well. Really appreciate it. Okay, so let's go ahead and ink this up. When it's a big stamp like this, I usually put it face up and ink it from the top. And then let's go ahead and stamp it like this. And then this is my glass mat. Demonstrators were able to get this mat as part of the last recruitment special. And so, yeah, I can see that the Lemon Lolly doesn't show up great, but it does show up. So that's really all we need. Then we're going to do a little more stamping here. So I used for this card a new set of dies to me. It's called the Thoughtful Expressions dies, and I used this die for this label, and then I used some of these other ones for the cards we're doing next. They're not part of the Ice Cream Swirl bundle, but they're a new set of like shapes dies that I've enjoyed using, so you're going to see me use those on a couple of the cards today. I'm going to take out Crumb Cake ink. What's everybody else's weather doing today? As I said, we're having a cold day. At least we don't have a cold weather warning, winter advisory today like we had a couple days ago. But it's still cold and it's dreary. I moved to Nebraska from Colorado for a teaching job many years ago. And, you know, if you know anything about Colorado, you know that it's very sunny there. I'm stamping Hope Your Day is Sweet and Crumb Cake ink on this label that I've already die cut. And then we're actually going to stamp it again on scrap paper. Now I'm going to scrap this. I see my light came on. But I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to turn it maybe this direction, but leave it on. Maybe that'll help, and it still gives us a little bit more light. I'm going to use Sweet Sorbet. Now, my friends, this color is one of my favorite colors, and it is retiring soon. So, if you like this color and you don't have it, it was an in color, a group of beautiful in colors. Actually, I love them all. They're retiring very soon. Okay, I'm gonna stamp this on scrap paper, and this time I'm gonna stamp it in Sweet Sorbet. I'm gonna stamp it kind of towards the bottom of the paper because we're actually just gonna cut it out. Hi, Alice. Oh, you were there for 4 years? I grew up there, and we've tried to, we've thought about and kind of pursued going back there several times. The cost of housing is, at this point in our lives, is pretty prohibitive, and we don't have a mortgage, so I don't know that we'll get back there. Our plan was always to retire there. My husband Steve is not retired, but his last job was, oh, I didn't cut that very straight, but we're gonna go with it. His last job was, he was working all remote. It didn't start remote, but you know, he got it right before COVID, and then, so and we're just gonna stick that on our greeting like that with a couple dimensionals. Anyway, it became remote and then during that time, they thought maybe they would not ever have the people come in and work in the office. And so that time we really pursued going to Colorado because he still has some years yet to work, but we're thinking about where we're going to land when he is ready to retire. And anyway, long story longer, it was really expensive. We would have had to, if we wanted to keep our standard of living, we would have had to take out a mortgage on our house, and we really don't want to do that. Yeah, I loved it too. I loved going, and we still go back. My brother and his family are still there. I just have one brother. He's in Longmont, Colorado, and then his children, well, his wife and his family are there. The children are all out on their own at this point. Trying to think about what am I doing here, what am I doing for this card? Oh, we're not going to stamp the comb for this card. We're going to stamp it for the next one. So let me put that on hold for a minute. This one we're just going to die cut. Anyway, we're here. That doesn't mean we won't end up back there because we kind of keep an eye on what's going on out there and still think about it. The only thing is, it's hard with families because Steve's family is all here. They're really close. They're all within 20 miles, and he's got 5 brothers and sisters. Now the nieces and nephews aren't all that close, but they're all pretty close too. So, you give up one thing to get something else. His mom is still living, very healthy, and she's here. Let me show you how this works. So this die has all of these indentions like for embossing, so we're just going to cut those both at the same time. So this die, oops, gosh, sorry about that. I thought it was all hooked in with the dies, for Pete's sakes. Having a disaster here. I guess I didn't, I had a helper here yesterday and she took the plates out, or I took the plates out. I shouldn't say she took them out. I'm not quite sure. Let me grab another plate. I have a better one here. Hang on. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to actually start a brand new plate today. We were sorting, embossing, what am I trying to say? We were kind of sorting through cutting plates yesterday. I have a couple of die cutting machines, so because I usually need help at least 1 day a week, 1 to 2 days a week to get everything, I'm not even in the picture, to get everything done for my week, my classes to go prepped, my club prepped, my team. I do make and takes for my team, so we prep those. So anyway, that's all to say. Well, then here, and then it moves. Okay, let's just go with that. So we were moving, all that to say, we were just moving plates around yesterday because I keep the nicest ones for Facebook so that you can see they're not all cut up and you can see what I'm doing. So here's how that works with the die that sorry, I can't move everything and talk at the same time. With the die that cuts out the cone. So, but this die doesn't cut. So just the other one cuts. So if you want it both embossed and cut, then you have to use both of those dies. And you could do them, you don't have to do them together. You could do one and then the other, but I just did it together just to save time. Here, let's go ahead and get this in the camera so you can actually see it. I'm going to line up this score line right here with my cutting line with the groove that the blade goes in on my trimmer. Do you ever try to move something and then when you you've got it just right and then you pick up your hand and it moves? Anybody else? Oh my goodness. I do miss having oh, and then in all my frustration with my die cutting machine, we didn't get the ice cream cut. So we're going to go ahead and bring it back and cut the ice cream out. Now, I'll be honest, I looked at this set when it first came out, but the ice cream was so big. I thought, well, that just takes up the entire card. So it was on my list, but it wasn't at the top of my list. And I thought, you know, if the spirit moves me, I'll probably go ahead and get it. But anyway, I didn't get it for a while. And then you know what happens. You see other people making things with it. And then you're like, well, maybe I do need to have that stamp set. Anybody else do that? Or is it just me? You know, you don't want to miss out on something that might be really fun. Okay, I think we've got all our bits now. I think we can make our card. So let's go ahead and, this is the bright, oh, this isn't cut right. Is this cut right? Let's see, let me check this. 4 by, no, 3 3/4 by 5. That's right, we're gonna go with it. It should have been a little bit bigger, but we're gonna just cut this down a little bit. So my first layer for my cards is usually, let me find another one. So let's see. So like this pink layer on this card, if it were going all the way around the card, it would be 4 by 5 1/4. 1/4 inch smaller is 3 3/4 by 5, which is what this one is. So I didn't cut this right. We're gonna go to 3 3/4 here. And then, so this is 3 this way and 3 3/4 that way. So we're just gonna go with that. Okay, then let's go ahead and adhere this down. I think I started to say this is the Bright and Beautiful designer paper from the annual catalog. It was part of the balloon suite, the hot air balloon suite, and it's actually carrying over. It'll be online. It won't be in the annual catalog, but, well, that's not true. They do list it in the annual catalog, but they don't show it. So, my friends, here's the thing. The new catalogs are not like we're used to having our catalogs. And I say that because in our previous catalogs, you could find all the designer paper all together. You could find all of the punches all together and things like that. That is not the case with the new catalog. They have designed it for people who aren't as familiar with stamping and that would be newer to stamping, so that if you see a stamp set on one page, we're going to tie a bow here with this ribbon. On that same page, you probably will see something like a coordinating designer series paper and possibly the glass blocks that are the right size for those stamps, possibly several ink pads. Now the ink pads are all listed with ink like you're used to seeing them. The ribbons are all listed on one page like you're used to seeing them. The embellishments are all listed on one page like you're used to seeing them. But the designer series paper is not. It's scattered throughout the catalog. And as well as some other things that are available online. And then there's a little icon that says, "This is Lemon Lolly Martha." Yes. This ribbon, I'll come back to the icon. Don't let me forget to talk to you about the icons that show online. I can't open my catalog yet for you because you don't have yours yet. But I can tell you about it. Let me grab this. So this, Martha asked about the ribbon. This yellow ribbon comes from a pack called Sheer Ribbon Combo Pack. And there's blue, this is Azure Afternoon, Lemon Lolly, and Bubble Bath. I always want to say bubble gum, so I have to stop for a moment. Bubble Bath. Anyway, I love this ribbon. It is sheer, but not completely sheer. I mean, you can see the color. Anyway, the icon in the new catalog is a little there. You'll recognize it because they show it fairly often on each page. Will have it probably at least once. That directs you to go online to see more details about that particular thing you're looking at. So for example, this paper, the Bright and Beautiful paper is listed in the back of the catalog, and then when you go to that page, it only shows a very little teeny corner of a couple of the designs in this paper. Let me get this ice cream. We're gonna call this lemon ice cream, or maybe very vanilla. No, very vanilla wouldn't be this yellow. Well, who knows? You know, creamy vanilla, sometimes that's... Let's just give up with the vanilla and let's go with lemon ice cream. So anyway, that's how the new catalog is going to be. So, you know, it's kind of the age of people shopping online. So Stampin' Up! Is being wise and having a few more things searchable online that maybe aren't. I'm going to move this bow just a little touch. You know, shoppers shop more and more online, as I started to say, and so they are heading us towards online. Now, as far as I know, we will always continue to have a paper catalog, but again, I don't know, that could change. Everything changes in the world of... I got crumb cake for the cone, Kathy, yes. French vanilla, that's what I was trying to say. Oh, hi, Kathy, thanks for sharing. Yes, this is crumb cake cardstock, and it looks nice, I think, with the lemon lolly, which now we're going to call French vanilla, but the real color is lemon lolly. That's what I was trying to think of, Martha, thank you. Okay, now we are going to stamp. There's a little cherry and there's a little strawberry. We're going to go ahead and stamp the cherry on this one, and I should have stamped this before and we could have die cut it out, but actually I'm just going to use my scissors instead of moving the die cutting machine again. And we're going to color this also in Sweet Sorbet. Just part of my helpful reminder that this color is retiring soon. Now, here's the thing. The retiring lists have already come out. But the thing is that they're not guaranteed to last until the end of this catalog, which is the end of April. So they're only, whenever it hits the retirement list, it's only good for as long as it lasts. So if you want extra blends in this color, you want an extra ink refill in this color, or if you don't have the ink color yet, you should get the stamp pad. If you want extra cardstock in this color, you should also get that. And I see, I'm about to get out my Chrome Cake marker, but I don't have it out here. So we're just gonna go with Lemon Lime Twist. Probably not the real color of a cherry stem, but we're gonna go with it. And then, as I said, I'm just gonna cut this out with my paper snips. The rest of the world calls these scissors. Stampin' Up calls them snips. So get up here so you can see me a little better. And I usually like to try and cut away all this cardstock that gets in my way when I'm trying to move my cardstock. And if you haven't seen me fussy cutting before, I'm moving the paper rather than my scissors. And you know, this will be easier with a die. There is a die for it, but I just, because it's Facebook Live, I think it's just as fast, maybe faster than getting out the die cutting machine, so we're just gonna go with that. Okay. Oh, you're okay, Kathy? Kathy, I actually, and everybody, I have a new app to go live on Facebook at the same time. I just haven't tried to do that yet. I want to just probably go live at some time where you don't even know I'm coming live and just try it. I mean, I'll have obviously projects and things to show when I do that, but I just want to try it before I make it my official Facebook Live, my Wednesday one that I'm here every Wednesday. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm live on Wednesdays on my Create with Joey page. I'm going to put these dimensionals over here. And by the way, if you're watching on YouTube and haven't figured it out already, this is a Facebook Live that I've recorded and uploaded to YouTube. So that's why there's so much chatting. There's always chatting on Facebook Live. Now I'm going to grab some gems for this. And make sure you go through the gems in the catalog, or if you shop online, make sure you go to embellishments in my online store. So if they're retiring, they show up as retiring. So there's a little red word that, I mean, it's in red that says retiring when you're looking online. And then I'm going to take these beautiful Lemon Lolly. I just love this. I really like Lemon Lolly. I'm a big fan. Whoops. Big fan of this color. Let me get back up here better so you can see me. I really like it, and these gems are faceted, so I don't know if you can see that they sparkle, but they well, I don't know if you call it sparkle, they shine. They definitely shine. And we're just gonna put a bunch of, I'm probably gonna go with 5. Usually I go with 3, but we're gonna go with 5 today. So hope your day is sweet. This kind of paper piercing, if you haven't seen it before, is kind of a nice way to add variety to your cards. It's really easy. You just stamp your greeting in the color, main color on your on the label that's going to be on your card, and then you just stamp it as I showed you in another color on scrap paper and just cut it out. So if you're just clicking on the live and you just saw that, that's how I did it. So that's that one. Here's my original. This one I did cut the white 4 by 5 1/4. You can see the difference there. Anyway, so there's our first card. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I'm glad you like it. I'm very happy you like it. I'm so happy you joined me today. Everyone, I'm so happy you're here. Okay, we're going to also add something to the inside. So this this could be a birthday card. It could actually be a graduation card, or it could be another occasion. What I think I'll do with this is, I think I will just quickly stamp a couple of little cherries again. No, let's just do sprinkles. So there is a sprinkles stamp in here that I love. And let's do the sprinkles in strawberry or sweet sorbet. So I'm not going to put an inside greeting on it, just a little bit of stamping, because I'm not sure, you know, it is graduation season coming up. So, but we always need birthday cards, don't we? So this could be for either, which is why I really like this stamp set. As I said, I didn't have this at the top of my list. I did have it on my list, but it was probably halfway down or farther. But I have really, really enjoyed working with it. And this one is stained. So if you're a demonstrator and you hold classes, you can still use this one into the whole next year because it's staying in the catalog, which is so fun. Okay, so there's your first little card right there, your lemon lolly card. Okay, now, okay, let me think first, and then we will get to card number 2. Alrighty, let's see. We do have to do some stamping on this one as well. Well, we are stamping after all. So, and some coloring. So, all right, so this one, I gotta look at my sample. We'll go ahead and do this first since we've got all these bits out here. We'll go ahead and put this together. So this is Lemon Lime Twist, or it might be Parakeet Party. It is maybe Parakeet Party, I think. Oh, it is Lemon Lime Twist. But Parakeet Party is the bright green. It's not quite as yellow as this. And it's also retiring. So if you really love lime green colors, you'll want to make sure you also stock up on that one. And as I said earlier, this is the bright and beautiful paper from the annual catalog. And this is staying too. It's a little tricky right now to make sure I'm demonstrating things that you can buy and there aren't out of stock because there are many, many things on the retiring list, a whole heap of things. So, and this bigger piece of designer paper is 4 by 5 1/4. This strip is 2 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm just putting it right down the middle. Okay, so we've got that, and we're going to go ahead, and this is another one of those dies from the Thoughtful Expressions dies. This set of dies, I used one of those circular ones on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my card. This cardstock is Berry Burst. There's a lot of colors in this particular designer paper. So I don't think I've used it very much since the catalog first came out. I used it a lot when the catalog first came out because I used that balloon set a lot, which is retiring. I'm going to do this way. That'll work. With this little circles at the top and the bottom. It's not a circle, Joey, but we're gonna go with that. Okay, so here we go. Then let's get these out of the way for a second because we're going to do some stamping. Now we are going to use the ice cream cone stamp, and I'll show you something about this one too. This time we're going to use crumb cake again, and we'll ink it from the top again like so. Now this one, obviously is meant to be, the ice cream's going to cover this top part so it doesn't have a line across it like an actual cone would, obviously. Then for the ice cream, now this is the ice cream. I have already stamped it in Memento Black, and I've colored it this time with Bubble Bath. Because after I saw my card, okay, let me show you the original. So after I saw this one in the photo, I thought, oh, that's really, really green ice cream. I think it's past pistachio. I don't think we can even call that pistachio. So I don't know. I thought, I don't know if I can do green ice cream. So I switched to Bubble Bath. So this is this whole cone, just as we originally stamped it in the yellow. But instead of coloring the whole thing, I just colored, I'll get that out of the way so you can see. I just colored part of it to save a little time. And now I'm just gonna fussy cut. Now for this I'm cutting, again, I'm cutting right on the line because I don't want that white edge at the bottom of my ice cream. Like so, okay? Then, now for the ice cream cone, let's go ahead and die cut that one. I could have die cut that top of that cone too, but it saves time sometimes to just go ahead and fuzzy cut it. Let's get the die cutting machine back out and the stamped image, and then the cone die again, like so. I might get some post-it tape here and tape this one down since it might want to move. I don't know if you can see how I'm lining it up, but the crumb cake ink on the crumb cake cardstock is not showing up that great on here. Probably should have re-inked my, now I'm looking for the plate that goes on top. Should have probably re-inked my crumb cake ink pad, but I didn't, so we'll go with it. Lost my train of thought. So again, we're just cutting out one cone instead of the double cone that the die cuts out. And go ahead and get our paper trimmer back out here, or I'll just get my scissors. Just use my scissors a lot today. Cutting right on. Actually, I'm going to cut below the score line on this one because we have a smaller cone and I don't really want the cone to show actually even more. So let's just go ahead and cut that a little bit more. Who's making cards today out there? Anyone? What are you making? Or what are you sending? I have a couple cards to send. Trying to think, what are they? One is a thank you card to my brother. He did a favor for me not too long ago. And let's see, I have a niece who has a wedding shower on Saturday here in Lincoln. So I will be taking a card to her. So I have those two occasions. Okay, that's where that's going to go there. And then let's get back to the card. Here we go. I don't know, you can tell me. What do you think? Let me grab the, where is the other one? I'll grab this one. So, what do you think? I think the brighter green shows up on the photo really well, but what say you? Can you live with a green ice cream cone, or do you like the pink better? And I'm kind of feeling on here on my card base where the dimensionals are on this panel so that I don't go right on top of a dimensional with another dimensional. It just makes it easier for mailing. So we're going to go ahead and just stick this up here. And you can see there's quite a difference between the sizes of the two cards if you just cut it in the middle like I did on that one. I mean, this is beautiful. This is fun. I mean, I like the whole one, but You could probably turn this one the other way too. It might be small enough to turn the other direction if you had a bigger greeting or a longer one. Let's go ahead and stamp the greeting in Berry Burst, and this is a thank you card. So this card, this stamp set could be for multiple celebrations. So it could be for, looking for my things, a birthday, a thank you card, any special occasion. Could be even graduation, like we talked about. But when I think of ice cream, I think of summer and bright colors. And so that's why I picked this paper. Also, I picked this paper because it's staying around, so I know it'll be in stock. So that if you want to reproduce this card, you can. Or if you want to purchase it to get in on the free class, with the host code, you can purchase it. It's available in the online store. So there we go with that. Now for this card, obviously I used green ribbon, but we might go ahead and stick with green ribbon. I didn't pull another ribbon out here, and I don't think the blue works the best. So this ribbon is Parakeet Party Woven, Metallic Woven Ribbon is the whole name of it. Whoops, I lost my... Sometimes skinnier ribbon is harder to tie with than fatter ribbon. All the ink colors that are retiring, the 22 through 24, they all have this metallic ribbon that matches them. And so all the accessories, everything that has these colors in them, this is Parakeet Party, is going to retire. So I'm just giving you the heads up, because if you want it, it will be important for you to get it now, because once things hit that retirement list, they go pretty fast. Now, the sale doesn't start till April 9th. But not everything is on sale. So your best bet to plan your shopping, oops, I've got a mini glue dot stuck to me, is to go online, stampingwithjoey.stampinup.net, and look for things that you want, and then if there's a retiring sign under it, then just decide if you want to go for it and get it before it goes away, or if you're going to take a chance and possibly get it on sale, which I've definitely done it both ways. It usually just depends on how motivated I am. Okay, so now what are we going to do? We could put a strawberry on this one. I don't know. Probably needs to be a Berry Burst strawberry. So let's just go with gems. For gems, let's see what I have here. Should have kept my ice cream the same. Let's just go ahead and go with green pearls. Again, these are the in color pearls. They're retiring. So things like that coordinate with the retiring colors are not going to last too long in the online store. I'm just saying. Every year, every single year that I've been a demonstrator, I get at least one call that says, hey, can I still get a paper pack of, some in color that's retired or something like that? And I have to say, no, I'm really sorry. It's sold out. It's no longer available. So you'll hear me kind of harping on this, that if you want these things, to make sure you're doing them. Oh, Kathy, you're going to make some thank you cards to say, hi, Liz. Oh, thank you for the hearts, you guys. Ice cream social. Kathy's going to make some belated birthday cards. 4 birthday cards, 1 belated. Martha's going to send a thank you card. Lots of you are stamping today. How fun. That makes my heart glad when I know that you're stamping and using your products and having fun. So there's our second card. So you didn't tell me, I don't think, do you like the pink or the green ice cream? No judgment, just let me know which one you like better. I'm going to get the rest of them out here. My last card, getting that ready to go while you're telling me what you like the best. Also, while you're doing that, I'm going to show you my cards for my Be Creative Club for April. So I did choose this set to do my club cards for April, and it is, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the comments. My uncle, I'm seeing my uncle that's in his upper 80s on Saturday too, Liz. Oh, yeah, well, it's not a birthday. We're just getting together for lunch. And Martha likes the pink one, so let's hear what everybody else likes. So these are my cards for my club this month. This is a subscription club. The price is going up, my friends. I'm so sorry about, but this month, if you subscribe this month, you're going to get grandfathered into the less expensive one. So here I used the new glimmer paper. That's the Berry Burst glimmer paper. It is $35 a month, or if you need shipping, it's $41 a month. That includes the shipping. Here's another one where I use the white shimmer. I don't know if you can see that. It doesn't look like it's showing up that good. The white shimmer paper. I also used the new Xenia, I almost said Pansy, Xenia designer paper. That's a new online store. Anyway, so it's $41. You get about $22 to $25 worth of products in your kit. You get the supplies for all these cards that I'm showing you. So 5 wow cards. You get printable PDF. A PDF, I used the little donut. We're going to use the donut one for our last card. And then I love this little cherry stamp, so I used that as well. So those are my club cards. And you need to sign up by the 10th. So let me just pop in the registration. Oh, thank you for the hearts. They were really fun to make. As I said, this stamp set has won me over. So let me pop in I'm going to do all of the links for my club. So you can try it for just 1 month, but if you try it for 1 month and then you want to join, then you are going to be joining at the higher price. But if you join this month before the 10th and you subscribe, I just pinned in all the links. I don't know if that's going to actually work. It looks like it did work. Okay, we'll give it a try. Let's see. I don't know. On YouTube, they'll all be in the video description. There won't be any trouble on YouTube for any of my links. But on Facebook Live, sometimes they don't like us to put links in. All right, so there's card number 2. Let's get on to card number 3. Also, if you're in my club for 6 months or more, you get, after 6 consecutive months, you get a gift from me. So, well, actually, you get to choose $25 worth of products that you want. So it's a gift certificate for $25, and you get to pick what you want. Okay, so in talking to you about that, I have managed to lose a paper. Hang on, I think it went under one of my drawers here. Yes, it did. So just a second. I would love to do a Facebook Live where you don't have things flying around all the time. So, you know, I could do that if I didn't do live video. But I actually like showing up here with you guys, and I don't know where the paper is. We're going to have to cut more paper, so hang on. I thought I found it, but I didn't find it. So we're just going to grab some paper. I used the really bright stripes. It should be on top, you know, but of course it isn't. Oh, here it is. So it is on top. So we're going to grab this one. The good news about this paper is that a lot of the designs a lot of the designs have all the colors of the paper in, so you can't really go wrong. So we're going to cut this at 2 by 5 1/2, so it goes all the way down the front of the card like that. So I think the rest of my paper is going to be cut right. So we've got Blueberry Bushel here. This is a returning color. It had been an in color, and it came back. We had a lot of new colors, a whole color revision for the last catalog. Now this one, the only new colors will be the new in colors, and they're really, really pretty. So I'm really excited about them. I didn't hear anything negative about them at On Stage when we were in Houston. So that's going to be fun. All right, let's go ahead and do a little more stamping here. I did go ahead and pre-die cut a label with those same Thoughtful Expressions labels. I'm just really enjoying those labels. I'm glad I went ahead and purchased them. They were not at the top of my list, but they should have been because they're very fun. Okay, I'm going to grab scrap paper just so I don't get it on my glass mat. And then, oh, what am I doing here? Let's do the greeting first. So the greeting is something, I think it's Make a Wish. Yes, it is. So let me grab my ink. You know, I do fine on Facebook Live until something goes wacky, which it goes wacky every week. Something goes wrong. And we're stamping with Blueberry Bushel ink. But I do like to do the live because I like to see all of you and have all of you join me and chit chat. And it just seems more fun to share stamping with my friends who are also stampers. Or if you're not a stamper, sorry, I'm getting my head in the video. Come join us and start stamping. It's very fun. I'm kind of moving my stamp around different directions. And, you know, it's kind of therapy. Honestly, for me, it's therapy. There's just so many hard things sometimes to deal with, and this is just a break from all that. I have friends going through hard things, and you probably do too. This is another piece of that paper. This is, however, 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. Let me grab my Stampin' seal. Looks like so you can see that red line coming through there. That means it's just about out. And I'm not sure I have another one. Usually I have another one ready to go, but again, my helper was here yesterday, so sometimes we take things off my desk that are usually there, and then we'll put this here. Then we don't put them back. And I'm mostly talking about me. My helpers are pretty good about putting things back. But I'm like, okay, we got to get this stuff all done. Let me grab, I know I've got, here we go. Still looking for these. I've got a couple packages of dimensionals that are down to just the outline. So I always cut those up and use them, but I haven't cut them up quite yet. I like YouTube Lives now so I can watch on my Fire TV. Oh yeah. Facebook Lives. Oh, I like YouTube Lives now. Yeah, Kathy, I know it. I think you're not alone in that. She's saying she likes YouTube Lives because she can watch it on what she likes to watch on, which is her actual TV. I'm going to get there, Kathy. I promise you I'm going to get there. I'm not far away. I've paid for the service. I've subscribed to it, so I'm going to make it happen. Okay, let's go back to our greeting. We're putting this on with more dimensionals. Here's that piece I was talking about. Can't seem to keep my package of dimensionals where I can actually just see it. When it starts to get close to an hour, I think I start to go into let's get this done mode. People have got lives. Not lives as in Facebook lives, you know, real lives. So we'll get this one done. And then you'll get on your merry way. But hopefully this gives you even some ideas. If you're not going to get this stamp set or you don't have it, maybe it gives you even some ideas for color combinations or card layouts. Now, let's stamp some donuts. I think it's kind of fun to have this stamp set that's all about ice cream, but there's donuts and strawberries and cherries. So there's a lot of other fun images to stamp. We're going to do one right on the designer paper. This is part of the same designer paper, so we're going to just do that one right on the paper, and then we're going to do two that we're going to color. Now I give them mental black just a few seconds to dry, but very few. It doesn't really need it much at all, but I usually give it just at least a couple of seconds, especially if I'm going to use a yellow. It seems like the yellows, they can actually bleed just a little bit. I'm trying to get this light closer, but hidden. Does that make sense? Going backwards. Is that better or worse? That's worse. Let's go back here. Okay, let's color. Let's go with, this should be fresh freesia. This is dark fresh freesia. Let's go with light. Well, no, let's go with light. And I will color one of these donuts. These are pretty big donuts actually, which is kind of fun. My dad, when I was very young, my dad was a baker. He had his own bakery. And we would go down to the bakery sometimes in the morning if we weren't having school that day, and we would get fresh donuts. There was a donut fryer in the back of the bakery, and they were so yummy, you know, glazed donuts. So the machine would pop them out into the fryer, and then they'd come out and get dipped in, you know, donut glaze frosting. Oh my gosh. When I was younger, I could eat as many as I wanted to. Well, as many as my mom or dad would let me. Let's put it that way. But they were so good. I remember that from the bakery. So when I think of donuts, when I see donuts, I think of my dad. He's been gone quite a few years, but you know how things bring back memories of people that you love, kind of out of the blue. And donuts do that for my dad's memories. I always think of him. Oh, it looks like I forgot. So, all right, bear with me, my friends. Maybe we don't have blue icing, but there's really icing in all colors anymore, right? Well, we're gonna go with blue icing for this, and then we'll die cut these all out and finish up this card. So there's that. Then let's go ahead and we'll get the die cutting machine back out, get our die cutting going. By that I mean get our plates back out. I know I'm really close to the phone. I just don't want to readjust the camera because it just takes time. So, and you've all seen me die cutting, so I don't think you really need to see me die cut completely. Now this particular die, I will tell you though, I have felt like it's not exactly round, you know, because donuts aren't exactly round, but I have found that if I kind of put this crossbar basically the same way that the lines of the frosting are going, it seems to line up pretty well. So you might try that if you buy this. I did not spend any time spinning that die to see if it would fit because it's basically a circle. So you could also easily cut these out with your scissors too. You don't actually have to have a die cutting machine to do these. See, and it comes out pretty good. I mean, that's almost perfect. So probably just lucked out on that one, but let's do the other two. So same thing, I'm going to go kind of across the donut like so with the stripes. You know what I mean? The middle of the die has that middle bar across, and I'm putting that the same way as the stripes on the donut. And I think it's working pretty good. Glazed donuts remind me of Girl Scouts or 4-H snacks after school. Oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds fun. I wasn't a Girl Scout. I was a brownie for a while when I was in grade school. Oops, we have one more donut. But Girl Scouts are very active here in Nebraska and in Lincoln and surrounding areas too. So one of my friends who's a very avid stamper, at least she was, she is the head of the Girl Scout program in Nebraska. Well, she was. I haven't talked to her for quite a while, but she was. So they're very active here. And this is our last one. This is the one we stamped on the designer series paper. We're just gonna pop that on like so. Anyway, these donuts are pretty fun to color. You might think that blue and green and yellow icing, well, yellow icing isn't probably that uncommon, but you might think it's a bridge too far. And I get that. Totally get that. Okay, so that's all of our die cutting. Let's go ahead and bring our card back and all of our donuts, and we'll get those all popped on here. So let's go with these kind of like so. And for this, I think I might grab my mini dimensionals. We'll see. I'm gonna put, oops. I'm gonna put a couple here. So this one will go down first, like so. I don't really want that dimensional to show through though, so I might go there with that. And then this one will go next. Like so, kind of just, I don't have really a certain place that has to go, but just kind of that general area. And this one we'll go ahead and put up the top of our tag. And this obviously is a birthday card. Make a wish, but so I did donuts. Some people do donuts in the morning. Like when Steve worked at Emeritus Life Insurance, which is a company here in Lincoln, he, for their birthdays, they would always bring in donuts. So if it was their birthday, they had to bring in donuts for everybody. Well, they didn't have to, but, you know, they did. So it was kind of the tradition. So some people celebrate birthdays with donuts, depending on the occasion and who's coming to the party, if there's a party. Okay, here we go. I'm using that same ribbon pack, the sheer ribbon combo pack. It's kind of weird because none of the colors of the ribbon are in that name of the ribbon online. So write this down if you want to remember it. It's called Sheer Ribbon Combo Pack. Actually, if you want the actual name, it's called 3/8 inch ribbon combo pack. Now I'm going to take 2 dimensionals. When the ribbon is wider like this, I take 2 dimensionals to kind of stick this at the top like so. And then we're gonna go to our gems. Now these are actually, if I can grab the other pack of them, these are the, what are these called? Tinsel gems, dots, what are they? Tinsel gems 4-pack. And I actually want blue for this guy. Oh, I've got a few blue ones here. So I store my gems, and these are our clear stamp cases. Well, they're all our stamp cases. Now we used to have wooden stamp cases as well as clear stamp cases, but they're in that catalog, or you can find them online. And we're going to look up stamp cases, and they come 4 to a pack. And we'll just put some blue dots on them. These gems are carrying over, so that's the good news about those gems. And there we have it, my friends. So if you'd like to get the supplies for these 6 cards, so you get 2 each, supplies for 2 each with your order of $40 or more using the host code. You have to use the host code in order to get the special. If your order is $50 or more, you'll also get a pack of embellishments. Not necessarily embellishments I used on this one, although I usually try to give you at least one of the ones I used on my cards. So I hope you got some ideas today. Thank you, Kathy. I'm glad you enjoyed them. And I'm so happy you were here with me today. And I don't know about next week, my friends. If you're not on my email list, you should get on my email list. Let me go ahead and pop in my email registration link, because I send everything about everything that's going on with me and what I'm showing and offering in my newsletter. So I'm going to send that right now. I'll put it in the comments. But again, if you're watching on Facebook, that will be in the video description. Next week, I think I'm going to, let me bring you up here. I think what I'll be doing is revamping. We have a whole new catalog coming really soon. So it comes out for customers the 1st of May, but we are doing all the transition in April. I'll be making swap cards. I need to pull all my retired things out. I don't keep very much, so be watching for a buy one, get one free sale. I hold on to a few things that I really, really love and don't want to give up just because they retired. But I have to get organized. I haven't even unboxed. Can you see? I don't know if you can see back there, but there are boxes of my new here. I think it's over here. Am I going the right? Oh, you can't really. I don't. Never mind. It's my new stuff. All my new pre-order stuff is still in boxes. I haven't even opened them to look at it because I've been too busy with what's going on now. So I might see you next week. If I do, I'll create an event on my page just like I always do. But otherwise, I'll see you in 2 weeks. I will have an ordering special, even if I'm not live next week. I always have a special for you, so you get extra stuff and extra perks when you order from me. And thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching today. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Love you.